You know what that means. Gotta get this guy. There's another one that flew up the trail. What's up, everybody? We're back out here on some crown land and trying to get a couple of birds. Get out to a sand pit and shoot. I got my 22 and that 12 gauge can. I picked up a few boxes of slugs and a 500 round brick. Something around over there. Probably a squirrel. And we'll do a little bit of shooting at the least. And depending how this video goes, it might be one video or it might be two videos. So there's birds in here. For sure there's birds in here. See you guys in a bit. So where I thought the trail ended actually forked left onto this tiny little path. And it is just thick in here. It's perfect. I can smell it. I can smell the birds, 100%. This little asshole is right in the back of that tree. I'm looking past the tree thinking it's a bird. Nope. Bird squirrel. Just flushed a bird about 5 feet in front of me off the edge of the trail. Could have taken a shot on the wing, but I don't want to blow my fucking bird up. So could loop back around. Hopefully he didn't fly too far. Crack a shot off. Fuck me. Twice. Fucker was sitting 10 feet away, 8 feet in the air right in front of me. I didn't see him. I think it's just Percy. Looked to be black and white. He jumped back down towards the trails. I'll circle around and see if I can get a third shot at him. Fuck. Once again, I've been outsmarted by a tiny forest chicken with a little pea brain. Second time that thing, he or she, was sitting there on that limb and they kind of putt like a turkey. Started doing that, and I think I was looking past it, basically right under it. I could hear it, and the gun was ready, and I didn't even have a chance to get it on the wing that time. But I feel better about not taking the first shot. I feel better about not taking the first shot, even though I had it lined up, I had the hammer cocked, I could have smoked it, but I would rather take an ethical, clean shot and not ruin a bird. I think I've done that once or twice in my life, and I usually feed the scraps to the dog, but I am a big proponent of passing every shot when you are not 100% sure that's going to connect. For a clean shot, an ethical shot, and not waste meat. If at all possible, I will pass until I am 99.9% certain I am going to hit my mark, and I'm not going to wound something, and I'm not going to ruin it. Like I said that 4 times. But anyways, I've probably been walking down this trail for near 2 hours, and I don't have any water, I don't have any food. I've got about 5 shells in my pocket. I don't have any toilet paper. So I'm going to double time it back here. We'll cruise through this trail, get back to the truck, and head out to the sand pit and shoot, and then timing works out, maybe we'll come back down here in the evening and hope for a little more activity, because there's definitely birds down here. I heard that drummer up the road, and then obviously chasing this one around in circles for 10 minutes. Let's head her back to the truck. Maybe get a bird in the way, who knows. Luck is about all I have at this point. I think skill has left me for now. I need to spend more time in the bush. See, Indy just veered off there to the left. You gotta watch her, because she will get onto them. As much as I'm looking around, I'm always looking down at her to see what she's looking at, what her nose is doing. Indy, come on. That's enough. Hey, that's enough. No more. You wait now. You wait, little girl. The sun coming out now makes it even harder to see. So you got all the shadows, the contrast of the bright spots and the shadows in the bush makes it really hard to spot grouse, especially in the thick shit. But bird or no bird, I mean, I'm just talking right now. Bird or no bird, these are great days. There's very few things in life that I enjoy more than just walking in the bush with a shotgun and my little dog. Hey! You wait. The other thing about damn roosted grouse, spooked roosted grouse, or trying to find them up in trees, there's no telling if those little fuckers are going to be 10 feet off the ground or 80 feet off the ground. they can fly a lot higher than most people would probably think, unless you've seen it. So they are tricky. This nice little swamp. I love areas like this. I just love thick Ontario bush, grouse hollow, simply because it's the only spot that I've seen grouse in this area yet. This is the trail to Grouse Hollow. Psst. Hey, hey, you wait. Good girl, you wait. Oh man. And there she goes again. Once she gets the inclination that she can poke ahead, she's hard to get back on my heels. Truck's right on the other side of this. Whenever I find a crossing like this, I always like to stop and check it out before I ever drive through. And I was thinking I'd take the truck over this on the way back and just drive all the way up there. Also, that road might loop around in a way that I can drive down from the top side and just go down that little trail. But this is narrow, like the banks are pretty steep there, and it's narrower than my wheelbase, so it might be better to walk back up. Just a beautiful little, this whole area is absolutely fucking gorgeous. It's unbelievable. Such a nice spot. Putting the muckers to work. These are the muck wetlands, and they are, I think they're the tallest boot that Muck Boot Company, the Muck Company makes, and it is well worth it if you do shit like this. It's the difference between being able to get across, I mean, besides my dog stepping in my fucking boot, cross water like this without getting a soaker. But what a nice little creek. Winchester Super X 1 ounce Foster slugs. Safety's on. Around the chamber. Wow, that fucking smacked me good. Light little shotgun with these slugs. I was shooting S&Bs out of it earlier. They were a bit lower recoil. Fucking idiot. Whew. Yeah. So I'm going to say that's a downside of having a very light 12 gauge. You get these hot loads in it. I wouldn't want to run 3 inches in this fucking thing. Holy shit. Woo! See that? It runs like a semi. Self-ejecting. What a fucking hammer that is. Holy. Sound of those things flying through the air. This barrel's hot. Woo. Just hear those big 1 ounce lead slugs whistling.
pipe. Now we're going to get a double feed. Around in the chamber, drop the mag out, drop the shell out, let the bolt close, mag back in, live around the chamber. Boom, boom, boom. Alright folks, that's all I'm going to do for ammo dumping today. That was fun though. That shotgun, that Churchill, fucking black flies are eating me. That Churchill, oh my god, is that ever a hammer. It would almost take the fun out of shooting if I didn't like punishment so much, but I'm a bit of a sucker for punishment. Just spent a couple minutes, cleaned up all our brass. This is called cleaning up after yourself. Apparently some people struggle with it, but I try my best to be diligent about it. Spent shells, paper targets, 22 casings all in there. That's how you clean up. Took like a minute. If you don't have a fucking minute to pick up your shit at the end of the day, don't come out here and come shooting. Back into Grouse Hollow. Let's go find a dinner bird.
The only thing I could see was his head, so he's done. It's just nerves. Back up, Andy. Back up. Leave it. Leave it. Oh yeah, he's done. Okay, I hiked a little ways down the trail. I just want to talk about this for a second before I forget the story. But everything is moving right now. It's pretty calm. Every little mouse, every sparrow sounds like something. So, Indy, stay put. So I flushed one of these birds, and they say there's always more than one. Just assume there's more there. So I took another couple of steps. I watched where it went. And I took another couple of steps up the trail, and I could hear just the faintest, like a mouse, a sparrow, this tiny little rustle of leaves. And I stopped. I looked back exactly where that bird was. This guy was sitting there, just barely moving, with his head poking up from behind a rock. And he had his neck kind of fluffed out. So it's pretty easy when you go and see one part of the bird. You only hit them in one spot. Smoked him, he went down, flat for a couple seconds. And we got a little snack here. So I'm going to keep poking down the trail, quiet. We're running out of light. But I'm going to use all the daylight I can right now because it seems really active. And I think if we get a second bird, I might actually just fry it up on the fire and eat it before we go home. Do a little catch and cook. All right, back to it. Oh, and by the way, Andy didn't move an inch when I shot. She didn't even go after the bird. She's so good. It's a good dog. You're a good girl. This is beautiful. This is a 20 gauge Winchester Model 37A. This is actually my wife's gun that I got for her to shoot birds with, and this is the first bird I've ever shot with it. But God, I love these guys. Can you see why they're so hard to spot? Look at the friggin' color on that. They're just beautiful little birds, and they are tasty. So we won't waste this guy at all. We're gonna make a nice little meal out of him. Hey dog, what do you think of that? Just busted a second one. There was at least 3 birds here, so I'm just gonna sit quiet in this spot for a second. The other guy's out on the trail and see if we get another. I believe this is a female. Another head neck shot, so should be some good meat there. Okay, so we got 2. I'm gonna keep cruising, see if we can get our limit, because they are active right now. What do you think, girl? You're a good girl. This one's definitely smaller. I guess a female. I could tell looking at it, it was smaller, but still good eating. And another headshot. Right in the neck. Dead. I gotta say, I've hunted grouse with a 12 gauge my entire life. These are the first two birds I've shot with anything other than a 22 and a 12. And the difference in confidence when I'm shooting through thick cover, like I hunt with number 4 heavy game, so it's just more lead, it's a heavier shot load, and it just cuts through shit like this. But with these guys, I felt myself hesitating, waiting for a clearing, because I knew this thing wasn't going to punch through as much underbrush. And they were in there like it is thick in that shit. I love it. I love it. Finally, we found the grouse. Alright, so we're through Grouse Grotto, Grouse Grove, whatever the hell I called it. I'm going to turn around, double time back, maybe get another bird on the way back, who knows. They might be starting to roost now, the light's getting low, but I want to get back and clean these while there's still daylight if I can, and maybe get some pictures with a good camera. But I'm super stoked. So nice to come out here, drive all the way out, and finally find a spot like this. The second bird was, I thought it was a sparrow or something. Same thing, tiny rustle. I looked over and I saw a little fleck move, and I was like, eh. I walked past them, and I still heard something. Looked back, and one of them just ran right by between the trees and the thick shit. So I stopped, put the bird down. That's all I do. I just drop the bird. Indy stay. She hunkers down beside me. Waited for an opportunity. Poof. 2 birds. I love it. Such fun hunting. Grouse is like the least work and one of the tasty little snacks you find out here. I'm partial to venison. Grouse is like fucking chicken. Delicious white meat. I'm almost out of light. I gotta hustle, but every time I hear rustling in the leaves, keep going. Finally, what a great day. Yeah, I think this 20 gauge is fun. Don't get me wrong. I like mixing it up and using a little single shot break, but I definitely would have got at least a third bird with the 12. On the second bird, I had another shooting opportunity, but by the time I broke the action open, and it's self-ejecting, shell popped out, but I had to dig in my pocket, pull a shell out, slap it in there, close it, cock the hammer, and the other bird had flown. So 2's good though. Nice little snack for me and the wife. I'll give Indy the legs, maybe the wings, just because she's a good girl. And she stayed right by me the whole time. Didn't even budge on either of those shots. I had time to put the bird down on the second one and shoot, like I said, and she didn't even twitch. And then when they start flopping around, she stays by me, which is, I didn't really expect her to do that. I expect to at least have to call her off, but man, she's good. I love it. Not really great at pointing or retrieving or anything, but it's fun to have a little companion out here with you. Really fun. What a good day. I'm glad I found that spot. That's a nice little trail. If I come up here again, I think I'll try and get all the way up this, take the time to get through that river, crawl through it if I have to with the truck, and try and get all the way up this trail and camp at the top of that. You can just get up at like crack of dawn, just as the sun's coming up, walk out your tent quietly and just tiptoe down that trail, and that's when you'll get like 6 birds standing right out in the open in front of you. Oh, let's get back to the truck. Whew. Almost there.
Come here, girl. Come. Get the truck out. Alright, so we got 2 birds. Back at the truck, I got my camera, my DSLR. I'm going to plop the camera down right here, and we're going to clean them right down the rapids. I'm going to throw all the feathers and stuff in there. The fish and the turtles will eat that up. Wet dog on me. Wet dog. Yes, you're a good girl. You want some bits? Give a couple bits to this girl, and then load up and get out of here. What a beauty day. Look at this spot. I love this little crossing. This place is awesome. This country is awesome. I love it. Alright guys, hopefully this is a good angle. I don't really have time to mess with the camera. You know, spread their wings out, kind of go head towards me under the legs, pull the wings right out, keep your feet tight into the body, like so. And you're just going to pull up on the leg. You know, I can feel my right foot's not tight enough. There we go. Feel that back. Grab hold of his breast. Grab onto this guy's neck probably. Pull that way. Over the head. Lungs. Lungs and the heart. Vitals. Want that? Go. Girl. Come on. That. Good girl. Tasty snack. Rinse all the feathers and blood and stuff off. It's real sticky when it's dry. Everything sticks to its sand and feathers get stuck in there. One of the nice things about not shooting it in the breast, getting anything in the body, is it doesn't pull feathers into the meat. That is clean. Not a single pellet of meat in that bag, which is, I was pretty sure was going to happen. I'm done. I always usually try bring a box of Ziplocs with me. Throw this guy in here, and I got a cooler in the truck to pull them all the way on. Fun. Number 2. Got some of the breast meat there, the skin off the breast, but we still got the head still there. We just grab that. Well, there's everything with the head. There's the gizzard. See what he was eating. Alder buds, tag alder buds. That's mostly what's in there. That's why they like swampy areas. You just going to get there? Going down the river. You gonna get it? Good girl. Fucking right after that head. You want the lungs? Come here. Hey. You got it. Keeping that to yourself? You got the lungs and the heart. You want the heart? Come here, girl. Come on. She's got this fucking thing in her mouth. Come on. Come. Come. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, you're keeping that. Hurry up. Hurry up. Come on. Okay, she dropped it. Come on. Good girl. Here, this one. Want that? Want that? Good girl. Give me that, Jordan. Okay, watch it. Back up. Back up. Definitely a smaller bird here. A little bit less meat. Whatever. Tasty, tasty. They don't come much bigger than your fist. 2 of these is barely a meal for 2 people. Nothing in the body on that one either. Just beauty. 2 headshots. Feels good. Feels good, man. steak spice. Breadcrumbs. Oh, a double yolk. That's lucky. Double yolker. So a piece of eggshell in there too. There we go. A little crispy. It'll still be good. Tasty.
You on camera right now?
Yeah. Why? What are you shaking your head at?